Thomson and a group of 7 landscape painters have had an indisputable impact upon Canadian identity and art. The McMichael Canadian Art Collection's exhibition and publication seamlessly celebrate and showcase these artists in a contemporary way. A century after the Group of Seven's inaugural exhibition, Alike Vision, the Group of Seven at 100, studies these artists and their works from multiple perspectives, including the voice of contemporary Indigenous and settlers artists, filmmakers, environmentalists, musicians, novelists, historians, scholars, and art critics. The resulting hardcover book examines the impact the Group of Seven had on creating Canadian identity with their colorful, painted landscapes, be they of the mountains of British Columbia or the dramatic cliffs of Algoma and Shining Lake Superior Waters in Northern Ontario. The McMichael Canadian Art Collection has presented a heartfelt tribute to the Group of Seven and its substantial impact on Canadian arts and culture.
Hello, Ian Desjardins here. You caught me on one of the rare occasions that I'm actually at the McMichael, first time in weeks. This is a great occasion and we're absolutely delighted. The book very nearly didn't happen. It grew out of the exhibition that I'm sitting in at the moment. It's called Alike Vision, the Group of Seven at 100, and we opened that last January to celebrate the centenary of the Group of Seven. And this was great. We had planned an entire year of celebratory events and programs. And then, well, we all know what happened in March, actually almost to the day, 100 years after the founding of the Group of Seven at Lauren Harris's house in Queen's Park. And we didn't know what to do. We moved, we postponed, we cancelled, we moved online. And at that point, our chief curator, Sarah Milroy, put her hand up and said, well, why don't we make a book? We hadn't planned a catalogue for this exhibition at all. But she thought, well, we're working from home, let's do it. And that sounded great to me. So we went ahead. Now, we've made it the most beautiful book we could possibly manage. And it would be a pretty poor show if the McMichael couldn't produce a beautiful book about the Group of Seven. But what made it special was Sarah's input, where she decided that in order to make it fresh, in order to make it relevant and accessible, we should talk to as many people as possible. And she persuaded and cajoled a huge array of people, Indigenous people, settlers, new Canadians, curators, artists, writers, environmentalists, historians, and asked them to choose a work and write about it. And that, I think, is what has made the book so special. I should also give a shout out to Jennifer Withrow, our head of exhibitions and publications, who then drove this growing tome to publication. We're thrilled that you've recognized this work. We're very proud of it. We think it's a beautiful book, but it's more than that. It's a new take on the Group of Seven, and so this recognition means a lot from our peers. Thank you so very much.